Mr. Amri Gurkan, CEO at Tachi in Lebanon, I would like to start my first question with you. I have just two main questions. The first one of the main challenges for the Lebanese investors is the high price in telecom in general. And this includes the services, the communication channels, the calls, whether local or international calls. So what are the incentives that Touch can bring regarding this subject?
First of all, thank you very much. I'm still learning Arabic, and I always repeat that. I'm understanding now more, but I'm apologizing for not being able to speak Arabic.
That's fine.
Today.
You can answer.
But I'm an immigrant from different perspective, right? I immigrated to Lebanon, so I see the light. I think the country is amazing, to be honest with you. I've been here for more than 1 year and a half. I know Lebanon for 10 years, actively living almost 2 years. And I'm closely working with the minister, basically Mr. Jarrah. And so I will talk about the facts. If you look at today, Lebanon telecommunication industry, it is not a full privatized industry. We saw a lot of privatized markets all around the world. Some of the markets flourished, some of the markets failed. If you take an example of the United States, which is extreme capitalism, basically, with the full competition, they still maintain their high prices compared to some other regions. But another example of Europe, some of the European countries, after the privatization, they are unfortunately not providing a good service in terms of prices. They have very low prices, but very deteriorated services as well. Another example is Turkey. They privatized the industry. They lowered the prices. Our prices in Turkey much lower than 1/10 of Lebanon prices. Unfortunately, when I visit Turkey, I don't have the same service when I get in Lebanon. Lebanon telecom service is not bad, I can tell you. Yes, data, there are issues, historical issues. And yes, fiber optic has been always a case, unfortunately. But with this ministry, basically, let me just give you some facts. Last 1.5, 2 years, basically, they reduced the prices multiple times because in the end of the day, we are obliged to what the ministry tells us to do in this sector because it's a public-private partnership. It's not a pure public or pure private when it comes to the mobile industry. But we provided 1 hour free for the postpaid, 5 times more data on the same price now compared to like a couple of years. $15 for 5 gigs, talk time, call a friend, Angami, and $20 for 6 gigs. I'm talking about historical figures, basically. If you do the calculation, the difference in pricing is around 44% compared to a couple of years back. So during this ministry, I think His Excellency has been working heavily on the data price reduction, not only on Ojero, but also on the mobile for us. Unfortunately, I can tell you, it's still expensive. I'm not, I'm realistic here. I'm not saying, you have the best prices, best, unfortunately, data. But we've been continuously working on our network expansion. Network, unfortunately, when I go to the mountains, sometimes I even feel bad. Why? Because we don't have coverage. This is because of the 3G. Historically, 4 or 5 years ago, when we were investing in 3G, we did partial investment, 50%, but we didn't do the rest. So we are completing our 3G U900 network this year as Touch. We completed our 4G investments, 4.5G investment. It's not bad, but when you look at the network, you need to have a full spectrum. 2G, 3G, and 4G should be excellent for the customers to say we have a good coverage. Unfortunately, we are lacking on the 3G, which we are building this year, which is kind of a catch-up game. On the service differentiation, I'm going to talk more on when it comes to the vision and the strategy, but I want to tell you very briefly, Touch doesn't want to be a voice provider or data provider anymore. We want to be a digital lifestyle provider for the Lebanese people. What it means is today we are providing not only data and voice, but we started providing different services like music with Angami, like smart city services, smart security services, home solutions, very, very soon video on demand services. So we are becoming more and more entertainment company going forward. This is our vision together with the ministry. I will talk more when it comes, but I think I try to understand, answer your question, but if, tell me please
Yeah.
if I answered full.
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you, Mr. Amri.